Welcome to the Divalution, a show to empower, enlighten, and entertain divas and those that love us.
Hey, it's Happy Tuesday, and welcome to the Divalution show. So it's trying to be spring. You know, in one day we had 3 seasons. It snowed in the morning, and then it rained, and then it was beautiful sunshine. Not today, but the other day. Yesterday, I think it was.
That only happens in Michigan.
No, it happens in Ohio, too.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I feel so at home here. So welcome to the Divalution show. We have quite an interesting show lined up for tonight. We have 2 little girls in the show. Actually, 1 little girl and 1 young lady. And their mom, my friend Lori. So welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
We're
you.
excited to be here.
Well, good. And we are going to be talking about SWWaG, and I'm going to have Lori tell you about that in just a minute. But first, we want to wish Laura from Elsie Makeup a happy birthday, Debbie Hikes, and Brenda. We were going to celebrate a day today, but it's Donald Duck Day, and I can't talk like Donald Duck. If I could have, I would have done the whole interview in Donald Duck's voice.
I think Nora should try it.
Can you talk like Donald Duck? No? Well, I'm going to practice up for next year, if you want to come back.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, maybe I could get like one of those voice changers that make me sound like Donald Duck.
You should. Oh, that would be fun. We could do the whole show
Just
like that.
Wouldn't that be funny? That would be pretty funny. Well, you should come down on Pirate Day, National Pirate Day.
Oh, can we wear our eye patches?
Yes,
everything,
and
too?
you have to talk like a pirate. It's pretty fun.
We can do that.
And everybody
Nora
says
no.
ahoy matey and walk the plank and stuff like that. We have a word that if someone says a certain word, then you have to talk like a pirate.
Ooh, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
It's
matey.
fun. See? Bottle of rum.
You want a bottle of rum?
It's pretty fun. So, you know, last week we had Michelle Joy Brown on, Dr. Michelle Joy Brown. She is a friend of mine that used to live in Detroit, and she lives in Texas now. And she is a coach, and she used to be a clinical psychologist. And she really likes coaching a lot more because there's not the pressure, and you can develop special programs for your people, and she doesn't have to stick within the guidelines of the company she was working for. So she really likes that better. She gave us a lot of really good ideas about breaking out of your shell and starting things and finishing things. So if you haven't listened to that show, please listen to that. That was last week on the Divalution show. But tonight we have Lori Carroll and her 2 daughters, who I am going to let introduce themselves. And they're going to introduce themselves. And then Lori, then we'll get to you, okay?
Perfect.
So who are you?
Okay, so I'm Nora Carroll, and I'm the youngest.
I'm Marissa Carroll, and I'm the second child out of 4.
So you're the oldest girl?
Yes.
Yes. And who are you?
I'm their mom, and lucky to be their mom. I am Lori Carroll, and I have 4 wonderful children. My oldest is a boy, and he is away at college. And then I have 3 girls, and we have elementary, middle, and high school
Oh,
ages.
my goodness.
So we cover the gamut.
Really? So you have, wow, 1 in each.
Yes.
How is that?
It's a lot of fun. Sometimes it can be a challenge trying to keep everybody together and on track and doing the same activity because there is such an age range. But I have fantastic kids who will even skip school in the morning to go outside and take a winter photo. And
Nice.
so, yeah.
that was a
took
really
lot
cool
of-
photo.
It took a lot to, convince them to sleep in this morning to
Oh, yes.
take a winter photo.
Yeah, I bet. That was tough, huh, girls?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so hard.
So you and I have known each other for a while, and I think we decided 4 years.
Yes.
And we were coaches at Girls on the Run at Auburn Elementary, which is where you still go. Do you go to Auburn?
I'm in 5th grade, Miss Delicious class.
Very good. And give a shout out. Good girl. And we got along great then. And then we didn't see each other for a while.
Yes, time goes by. And
It does.
And that was a busy time for me, as most of the kids were still young, and I really wanted to continue doing mentoring young girls, but I had to make sure that I was taking care of my girls first.
Right. So in the process of that, having 3 girls yourself, that's probably, knowing you, that's your most important job, is being their mother.
Oh, absolutely. I adore being their mom, and I want to make sure that any hardships I had over my lifetime, as far as growing up and things I didn't learn until my 20s and 30s and beyond, in some cases, that they learn at a young age and have that confidence. So that was my focus.
Nice. That's really good. And you can tell that they both are very shy and...
Yes, and they never speak their mind.
No.
They have no strong will in them whatsoever.
No, So good job.
Thank you.
In the process of this, you came up with SWWaG. You want to give us that historical background of how that happened?
Sure. You know, I always put a lot of emphasis on doing things with the girls together instead of, I think sometimes in today's busy society that we feel as though we're spending time with our children when we're maybe running them to soccer, running them to dance, running them here, running them there. But we don't take that time and put down our phones, put down, work, and go do something with your children.
Undistracted, right.
Undistracted, something fun, something where you're all having a great time and interacting, and I think that's really important. So a group of moms, there was about 8 of us that got together, and we would meet at Harbor Light Photography, which my husband and I own, and we would just come together once a month and have some fun. So going from there, I thought, we need a name for it. And looking at my girls and myself, we were all strong-willed. So swag came to mind, and my girls started laughing, and they're like, Mom, you don't have any swag, right? Is that what was said? Yeah. That was said by all 3 of them, I do believe. But you know what? I think I have great swag. So I kept...
To children's eyes, you do, yes.
Yes, exactly. So SWWaG stands for Strong-Willed Women and Girls. So it's a play on words, and we meet once a month and do something fun. We have a speaker that usually comes in. We've even met here at Divalution for journaling. We had Lori Unruh come in, and she is a physical therapist and went over running with us, proper stretching and warm-ups and proper running techniques, because we're going to run 5Ks in the month of April.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so we have had tea parties where we had a lady come in and she dresses up. Her name is Aunt Della, and she is fabulous, and she brought us all hats.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, we had everybody brought in their own fancy teacups and china, and then we learned about life. If you have never heard about where you put the golf balls in the mason jar first and then you add the sand, you really should look that up. And just teaching the kids about what's important in life, and then each one of them stood up and talked. So we have time for them to stand up, say what's on their mind, and practice that public speaking in front of people in a group. And you know what? Even the moms do it. And there are some moms that are still afraid to do that. And then we go to fun stuff like we went to the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission in February and did a party for the people who were there and their children. Now, God was looking down on us because last night we went to the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission and there are no children at all, which is fabulous.
That is really good. Yes, that's so sad.
But in February, when we planned the party, there were a lot of kids.
Wow.
And we planned activities, and they all had a great time. Our kids learned a lot, and they invited us back for a tour. So the kids got to go on a tour and see what happens at the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission and how our efforts, whether it's time spent there, donations, serving food, how all that impacts people. And I think they had a great appreciation for what happened. What did you girls think of the rescue mission?
I really liked it. I think it was cool to know that some people in our school were there or not, or in some type of that situation. But I think it was cool to learn that they didn't really show it, and they still had a lot of friends.
Yeah, that is nice. That is,
Right.
That's
And-
very observant of you.
And how you treat people.
Yeah, like whatever
matter.
situation you're in, you still probably have a lot of friends. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
I think it was cool to see that.
Very good. That's very good. How about you?
I really liked it, and I thought it was definitely an experience to see where they sleep or how they have certain curfews and schedules, and it's different on how we take everything for granted that we have.
Yes, and that door is always kept locked. And and you know, you girls were with us last year when we did the Easter dinner, and we're going to do that again this year too. So it's nice. Your whole family comes and does that with us.
Yes, we did
It's
it.
fun.
We were so glad when you invited us last year, and it's a great opportunity.
And this year we have to wear special shirts. I'll have to make sure I give them to you. Yes.
Yay! We like special shirts.
I made sure that
Always
I got a really small one too. I made sure of that. So, family, you know, you're absolutely right that family values seem to have, I don't want to say fallen apart, and I don't want to say all over the place because that would not be true. But our time together as families is spent differently now. I know when I was growing up, we ate dinner together every single night, and if we had a game or something that took us away, then dinner was ready to heat up when we got home. And my children and I ate dinner every single night together and talked about, and they used to make fun of me, saying I was old-fashioned, and
There's nothing wrong with being old-fashioned.
and now they both thank me now that they're grown up. But that's how you get your values. That's how you establish your morals.
Yes.
And that's how you, more importantly than any of those things, it's how you learn to communicate and have an open relationship with your parents.
Right, and I think that's really important. And with SWWaG, it's nice that we have this group of moms and daughters, and our girls can see their friends having a great relationship with their mom, because you don't have to have all that drama as your girls grow up and go through middle school and high school. You can have a great relationship with them. It just takes effort on both parts and a great foundation. It isn't something that you necessarily start maybe
When
in
they're
middle
12,
school.
right.
Right. So starting, we go 3rd grade through 8th grade. And then in high school, the kids can come and be mentors,
Nice.
and they can receive volunteer hours.
Oh,
So-
very good.
Absolutely. For example, Marissa comes in, and she will talk to them about, she's president of the Leo Club, she's in student council, so she'll talk to them about being involved in school when you get to that middle school and high school ages, and why that's important.
Why
And-
is that important?
I think it's important to learn how to communicate and interact with different groups of people, and learn how to put all your ideas together and come up with something great to help impact the community or just the people around you.
That was an excellent answer.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. So that she's a great mentor
Yes.
for